So good evening, everyone. I welcome you all to Wiley's webinar series. My name is Dr. Vinod Shakya, and I'll be the host for today's webinar. So Wiley's webinar series is focusing upon UPSC prelim examination and for the last mile preparation, like how to prepare for the UPSC prelim examination, which is going to happen on 28th of May. So Bijendra sir, I welcome you to the webinar and I'm really delighted.
First, I say
Sir?
sorry because I had the class and I surrounded by the students actually. So that's why I just told them to just leave me and then I joined. So extremely very
That's
sorry.
perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
So it is all the podium is all open to you. So I would like you to please guide the student. There are many queries that I won't be able to justify, and the podium is all open for you, and I would like you to please go ahead from now onwards.
Okay, so dear students, first good evening to all of you. And first I'll say sorry for the late, but now I continue. The thing is that as I'm associated with the Wiley in the form of author, and I'm writing the Indian economy book here. So on that capacity, I'm joining you and to clarify some of the doubts of the UPSC prelims. And on that basis, we generally have written the book also so that all the items would be included inside it, whatever required for the examination. See, first, I'm telling you that if you see the PT, we have the three parts, and first we are talking about the PT, that preliminary test. I hope that my voice is audible. Vinodji,
Yes,
I
sir,
think
you are audible. Yes, yes.
So sir, first part.
Start your video, that will be very helpful, sir.
Hello.
Sir, if you can start your video, that will be really helpful, sir.
Okay. I'm doing that. I'm just a second. Video. Okay. Yes. I think now visible. Yes.
Yes, sir. You are visible.
So, dear students, that welcome to all of you. And I told you that in the capacity of the author in this, I'm here to attend this. And first, though, let me give you some of the ways to prepare in a better way for the UPSC. There's no best and there's no perfect word actually. And that's why just I'm giving you some focus point. For example, take the portion of Indian economy. You know that if you see the years, I can continuously say in 2013 onwards, the questions are more than 20. 1 year to 24 questions. One where I saw that 22 questions, 1 year then 18 questions, 1 year 22 questions. So on an average, you see that around 20 questions generally come from the economics. And how do you deal? Actually, as a student, we think that we need to mug up the things. We need to just go for the facts and all. For the UPSC, one clarification I'm giving you, that take the example of some schemes of the government and how can you correlate with those schemes. Take the example of, I'm giving you that Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, one scheme. And I'm talking about, and I'm correlating all those. And this is the way to study those topics. Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, and we know that this is gas cylinder scheme. Then Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, you see that is about the LED scheme. Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana, and it is about the electricity in the rural areas actually. And you see that then the Swachh Bharat mission, there is a toilet construction in the rural area. How can you go for those topics and how can you score maximum in the examination? I'm telling you that someone asked from the Prime Minister and see that you must include inside the examination. I'm telling you, included by one student and selected also. That someone asked, sir, there was one rape in Kathua, one district in Jammu and Kashmir. And how could you resolve that issue and how could you tackle that? Prime Minister told, only punishing those criminals cannot solve the issue. The issue would be solved through proper infrastructure development. You see that? Please understand, you have to study the topic like that. And what he told, that those criminals, they do those kind of crimes like rape and all, when there is a lone place. when they're segregated place, separate places. And that's why this is when the women, they go for toilets all in the rural area in the morning, and they generally do the regular observation of it, and they did that crime. For that, I introduced the Swachh Bharat Mission toilet construction. So in the answer writing, we include that. Apart from that, he told that they do that crime in the darkness, and that's why the Deen Dayal Upadhyay Gram Jyoti Yojana. You see that one. Apart from that, generally we saw that whenever there is a there is any kind of issues and people do not have the money, they go for these kind of things. So I started Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana. So when you study any topic on that basis, then obviously you can correlate, not only in the PT, in the mains also. I'm telling you another part that someone asked, sir, I have the VAT, and somewhere written value added tax, VAT, which is also actually on the value addition, and GST is also on the value addition. Then what is the difference? Then I'm telling you, when you study, you please include these kind of understanding when you study that. For example, when we are talking about the VAT, it is talking about regional VAT, regional level VAT. Means it is talking about that in one is there is a SIN VAT, there is a SL VAT. SL VAT is talking about state level VAT, and it differs state wise, while GST, unique tax, one nation, one tax, it does not differ state wise. That's why one nation, one tax. When you see that, there will not be any issue when you are solving any PT related question. Further, I can tell you, look at the World Cup, dear students, the way of the some of the focus and some of the way of studying the things, which I have included in the books also of the Indian economy. Look at the Argentina. What the Argentina did? Now you all are not in front of me, so actually audio is not working. So I'm asking one thing from you. You all know Argentina that did what? World Cup, that won that World Cup. But you know that one. When you go for the current affairs, you read that portion only. But I'm telling you, question would never ask from there. It is a GK kind of things, general knowledge kind of things. And UPSC, your syllabus is general study. So when you go for it, you see that the question is that the question would be that which of the nation which have the lowest level of forex reserve. So look at the other aspect of that particular happenings anywhere. I'm giving one. Look at the other aspect. Argentina has the least forex reserve at present, 1.5 billion US dollar, and that will be the question. Yes, which country has the maximum inflation rate at present? Yes, Argentina, 98% at present. The question is not from the World Cup, but focus is Argentina. Why? Because the Argentina did something. So you are directly looking at UPSC never asked that direct question. They always ask the other part of it. Yes. I will reply that how would you remember this current affairs? No need to remember anything. But let me finish this and I will take your question. There would be a question answer session, isn't it? Vinodji, there would be one question. Yes.
Right. At the end of the session, we will have Q&A session wherein we will take maximum questions and sir will respond to all the questions.
Okay. So then
Yes.
then we will take that question, those questions.
Yes.
So look at the Argentina. Now there is another way. When we say that someone says that income is the direct actual indication of the welfare. Okay, then compare 5 nations. I'm telling you 5 nations. Compare. You read the things in this way, you will never be defeated in any examination. Take the 5 country. Number 1, USA in terms of GDP. Number 2, China in terms of GDP. Number 3, Japan in terms of GDP. Number 4, Germany in terms of GDP. And number 5, you see that India in terms of GDP. So it means if income is the indication of development and welfare, then in the HDI ranks also both the nations 1 to 5. Okay, now compare it. America. Number 1, America in GDP, but in terms of human development index 21. Number 2, this China in terms of human development index 79. Number 3, you see that China, Japan, but in the GDP, but in terms of human development index 19. Number 4, Germany in terms of GDP, but in terms of HDI 9. Number 5, India in terms of GDP, but in terms of HDI 132. So income is not the only indicator for development somewhere. And that's why UK is number 6 in terms of GDP, but still migration is from India to UK. Why? It is because of the better HDI ranking. HDI of UK is 18, India 132. So if there is a question, even in the interview, if somewhere that why there is a still migration is from India to UK, not UK to India, although India is at number 5 in GDP and the UK not, your answer would be quality of life, isn't it? So when we read those, because in September itself, this is the current affairs, September itself, HDI rank, and you directly think that income is the indication of development. It is not the case. It is not happening. So that's why I'm telling you that when we see all those, that always please see why. Once there was a question on the Seridan, but the question was not that what is it. The question was that what was the composition of it. They always ask that one. UPSC never asked the question what. It always asks the question why. When we go for any question, suppose I'm telling you that one student asked, sir, what is ITC, input tax credit? It means whatever input by the producer incurred, that is returned back. But the question is not that one. The question is what is inverted duty structure? That is related with ITC. So dear students, whenever we go for this PT, we always see the side by side. I'm telling you, look at one question. You think that if I am writing a test and I only corrected 10 questions, you are disappointed. I think that never ever be disappointed. I know several students who 13 rank, that Sagar Jha and several others in their test, in the initial test, 13 question correct only. Why? Because they did not check that, because no one knows which question would come. But these tests, why these tests are mandatory for you? Because one question, 4 options. You have at least 4 questions. So if you are going for the 1,000 questions, you have 4,000 questions, and you have 4,000 answers also. So if any question related to that would come, you are in a position to write. And that's why we always say that take the maximum participation in those tests. The importance of tests that no one can tell you that these questions would come, but those questions would be a kind of tool for you to crack in the examination. I'm telling you, with those, this is a guarantee. I'm telling you, your score would be 55 plus, and UPSC nowadays giving result with a 49, 50 plus. I'm telling you, see, no one can tell you that 100. It cannot be done, and it never be done, because several questions, even the question setters, they cannot solve. I am telling you, be practical, be real, dear students. If you are 50%, if you are confirmed about that, you can go for the guess also. But please, every question look with the options. There will not be an issue. Why I associated? Because you know that I'm a faculty, the renowned coaching institution. But the thing is that why I associated? Because this publication itself is the renowned one, and it's a world fame. I'm telling you, and that's why when I associated, when I saw their dedication, I saw their work, it's really outstanding. The question quality, when I saw, when my inputs are also there, I saw that if these kinds of questions that would be attempted by the students, then no one can stop them. I'm telling you, dear students, some of the questions are outstanding. I'm telling you. And even my inputs are also there, but hats off to those team who have prepared those questions. Options also, great detail they have given the answers. This is the main actually advantages, and that's why I always say that take maximum number of tests before the examination. Important. Someone asked that, sir, how do you mug up the current affairs? No need of that. Someone asked that what should we do with a budget and economic survey? Dear students, I'm telling you, for the budget economic survey, see, go for the concepts, go for the budget new programs asked, and you understand this entire budget concepts. Yes, concepts they ask, budget new programs they ask, all the Modi government schemes you remember. These are the current affairs related to that. Last 80, I can tell you that 1 year current affairs sufficient. Yes, you do not need to go here and there. Previous year questions, please, along with the options, you see that. New year questions, new probable questions, Wiley must. Why Wiley must? I'm telling you, Wiley, Wajiram, that these questions, you see that. Why? Because if you have the pool of questions, you have the better chance of cracking the examination. And that's why we are focusing that. That's why I agreed to be the part of this. Why? Because of the standard of questions, because of the kind of hard work they are doing, the efficiency they have, and then they're quite accurate with the answers. I saw that. And that's why I thought that I should support this, and naturally, wholeheartedly, I'm a part of this. So I'm telling you. Please, again, with this, I'm ending that some of the focus area, like economics, I'm telling you, go for the national income. Please go for the money and banking, go for the fiscal policy, then inflation, then capital market, then employment and unemployment, and then the summary of budget and survey. If you are going for that, the kind of materials they are providing for the current affairs sufficient, go for that. Previous year questions along with the options and the Wiley, the test, and some of the institutes even include the Vajiram test and all. If do that, what will happen? That you are in a position to score more than 55. Be assured on the examination date itself that you are going to write the mains. Yes, that one. The mains obviously will have some separate sessions. So I say the God bless you and thanks to all of you. And if there is any query, Vinodji, I'm ready to take that.
Yes. So, sir, so I would like to summarize one thing, and I would like to, shed some light on one more point. So, summarization is like if the student will correlate the concept with the real life examples, then they can extract all the related, information which is specific to UPSC examination, irrespective of the subject.
I'm stopping you. You are absolutely right. I'm telling you. So one student asked in the Vajanam from me that, sir, how can we understand fiscal deficit with a lifetime real example? I told, okay, what your father does. What is the income of your family? You told, sir, income of my family is 50,000. What is the expenditure? You told 75,000. I told that your family is in fiscal deficit of 25,000. And what your father does? He told that he borrowed the money. So I told that to finance it, government also borrows the money. And what he thinks? He told that he's thinking to sell the agricultural land. So this is the disinvestment done by the government. When the government does disinvestment, and similarly, your father is doing disinvestment of your agricultural land. So if you're correlating it like that, you can easily understand. Further, I'm telling you that someone asked, sir, what is the revenue expenditure and capital expenditure? When I say the expenditure does not create the asset. For example, for food, for your health, there is no asset creation. That is revenue expenditure in your family, in the country also. But if expenditure to purchase a car, expenditure to construct a house, that is asset creation, that is capital expenditure. So similarly, for the road construction, airport construction, all are the capital expenditure. And while to pay the salary of the staffs and the subsidies, these all are revenue expenditure. So when you correlate with the real example, obviously you can understand the things in a proper way. Thank you. Very well explained. Thank you.
Right.
Yes.
So another point that I would like to focus upon is your book. How this book will be, helpful for the student. Are you writing in the similar way that you are explaining right now? Because this kind of explanation, yeah.
Yeah, Vinodji, I'm here in the capacity of as an author only, I'm telling you. And these entire things, not only I am already including. These entire things I am including already, lifetime examples, first terms. Suppose that someone does not understand the market. Vinodji, I'm telling you, I asked from one student that why it is market. He told, sir, because we purchase the things. I told, no, market is a place where both buyers and sellers, they come together, they interact and do the transactions with the help of money. So I have written these kind of small definitions to clarify the things. For example, someone asked that, sir, why we are called as a buyer? I told, and why associated with the demand? I told that because you only do the demand and you get the maximum satisfaction, and demand always done by those who want satisfaction, and profit always by done who sell the things. That's why profit is associated with the seller, while satisfaction is associated with the buyer. So I just did these kind of explanations in the book. Yes, so that the students, because I am writing the book with this understanding, when I would be the student, how do I feel when the strange subject like economics would come in front of me?
Right. So before going into the Q&A session, I would like to have the poll so that we can have some poll questions and ask the student to answer those poll questions. So based on the poll questions, we will give participation certificate to the participants. So that is why this poll question is important. However, we will try to give participation certificate to the people who have written questions, asked or participated in any way. Can we have the poll questions?
Sorry.
All right. So the first question is how to memorize events such as Nobel Prize, UN Convention, or Summit, etc. So students, you may select your option. The poll question will be on the screen for some more time. Yeah, based on the discussion that we had till now, you can answer. Okay, the second question is also on the screen. Should we take the mock test series or not? What is the importance of it? Please scroll down on the same screen. You will see the second question. Okay.
Yes, by 93%. Yes.
93%. Yes.
Maybe
Negative,
7.
right?
No, 0. So I'm quite happy that the serious students are here.
Yes.
And a very good answer. Understand and relate events to facts.
All right. So let me take some of the question. I'm ending the poll now. Okay, so the first question is, how should I remember current affair for UPSC? Sir, if you can explain.
Actually, absolutely right. And understand and relate events to the facts. This is the important part when we say that. So the thing is that that if whatever you are doing, if you are not correlating with the current facts, it's useless. Even not only in the PT, anywhere in the mains also. So current affairs always correlate with that. See, any current affairs, I'm telling you that someone is asking that what is the government is thinking to scrap 12% GST rate. So first, you know the GST. If you're knowing that GST, you're knowing the 5%, 12%, 18, 28%, then you understand that since the contribution of 12% GST rate in the overall collection, tax revenue collection is only 8%. That's why government is going to scrap it. So at first, you understand the concept and then correlate with the facts. It's important. For government announced that 5% we are going to introduce the GST on the packaged food items. Why? Packaged food items also. So because several were doing the tax evasion with that. And that's why government has introduced and told that for the poor people, the same items when sold in the open, there will not be any GST. So poor people would not be suffered, but who are with the name of unbranded and they were selling it, that they cannot do the tax evasion. So obviously that you just correlate with the facts. It's very, very important. And that's why I'm very happy that majority of the students agreed with that. So understand the things, relate events to the facts. This is the important part of it. Vinodji.
Yes, sir. The second question is, what are the common mistakes in the learning process and how to overcome them?
Actually, the common mistakes are that students think that learning the facts would do the things. No, it's zero. Some students, they ask, sir, which year this program was introduced? It's not year, dear. It's what was the purpose. I told you why Swachh Bharat Mission, because in the world, why Swachh Bharat Mission, why toilet construction? To stop the social crime like rapes and all. And you see, the largest number of death in the village women in the entire world, in the Indian village, it is because of anemia and some other hygiene related issues, and that is because of open defecation. And that's why it was introduced by the government, yes, in this one. So we need to know the logic behind it, not the facts, which date introduced, what was the amount. We generally start doing that. So don't give much importance of the facts of this, but why, the concept of this. If you are going for the concept, current affairs would be quite easy. It's only a value addition. It's not need to mug up the things and all. The problem is we consider that we are remembering the things, the problem would be solved. No, look at the concept, why it was introduced. I told you why this Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana were introduced. Why we are increasing this startups? Because you are the job seeker. Your father would invest 1 lakh, 10 lakh rupees in you, but only you fill one employment, do one employment. But if you are the job creator like startups and all, along with yourself, you will give jobs to 10 other people. And more than 130 crore people, they cannot be accommodated as a job seeker. Job seeker welcome, but job, why startup promoted? Because they are going to solve the unemployment issue. So when we write the unemployment answer, will include that one also. So go for the concepts and 1-2 facts only to support that, but not entirely of the facts.
Right. So, sir, the next question is, what is the structure of the examination and which subject should be given priority for the prelim examination?
I'm telling you, for the prelims, dear students, go for the economics, go for the science tech, polity, history and geography. If you are going for all those, that you are going to crack the examination. I'm telling you, in all, almost not less than 15 questions. And even if you have 50 questions correct, you are going to get selected. So give the importance to that. Yes, concepts on all, the current affairs would be the value addition. Yes, I'm telling you. That I do not need to tell you that the answer, the question which you need the answer better and best, please go for it. But please, economics, science and tech, geography, history and polity, go for it. Simple, go for it. Well, current affairs is the value addition. Current affairs, but first concepts and then addition.
All right. Sorry, sir, to disrupt.
No issue.
Yeah. So before asking a few more questions, before getting on to the remaining question, I would like students to please, give us the feedback of the webinar, and the feedback link is given in the chat box. You can click on the chat box. You can, give the feedback of the webinar that we are conducting right now. So yes. And sir, the next question is, what is the strategy one need to follow when we are giving live exams? Not for the mock test, but for the live. I mean, actual exam when they are going to attempt. What is the strategy?
Yes, it's very, very important. See, I'm telling you, dear students, actually, this is the habit of the Indian students that they wake up whole night. Yes, वो जो एक दिन पहले कयामत वाली रात है. So don't do this. Please make a program that I will finish this topic first and make a plan. And one day before, I'm telling you that do all the previous year questions revision and the mock test revision, and 4 or 5 hours before the examination, and on that day, don't go for the overnight study, please. Yes, there, please first select those questions where you are 100% confident, and for the those questions which you have the doubt, please eliminate the, suppose 2 options eliminated, the remaining 2 options, you can go for it. But if you are sure more than 50%, you can go for it, that one. But please, that I do not need to tell you, that go for those questions in which you have the confidence that you are writing that one. Because some students think that if you are leaving that questions which you do not know, you have doubt, it's not a good strategy, isn't it? So at least some questions, when you are 50% sure, go for it. At least some questions. Even suppose 20 questions you have the sure, at least go for 10 or 12 questions. And for that, so it even if negative, it won't affect you much. But if positive, there would be far better and more addition in your marks. So that is the strategy. There's no rocket science for this. Yes, and please don't look here and there. It's not good. Yes, concentrate on that because you have less time. Yes, that one. And whatever answer you are confident, if suppose 10 question you have done, do the color of it and then move ahead, so that at the last you do not have an issue. Apart from that, if you have the rock paper, if whatever you are looking at the question, whatever point come for the, suppose question number 9, 1 point is coming, please write on the rough. 9, this. Question number 15, 1 point is coming, right? Because when you solve the question, might be you will lose those points. So, but when you are doing the question quickly, you have written in the rough, question number 9, this point remember, now solve. Question number 50, this point remember, solve. Please do that. This will help you and add 4 or 5 questions correction into it.
Yes, sir. So there is another question which is very important, and I also like to ask this kind of question. So the question is how to study economic survey and budget for prelim perspective.
Yes, it's all about, actually, sometimes we exaggerate the budget and survey. Actually, budget and survey questions, we see that hardly 4 or 5 questions generally come. It's all about the concept. If you're understanding the concept, for example, don't lose the box items. Please look at the box items in the survey. And pictorial presentation. Pictorial presentation are giving the lump sum idea about the fiscal deficit, about the revenue deficit, about the capital expenditure and all. So box items I suggest, and the pictorial presentation for the survey. And for the budget, that you have to go for the programs. If somewhere you will get the government programs, Modi government programs, and last 2 years, yes, collection, that is enough. So it's don't exaggerate the budget and survey, but I'm telling yes, for survey that this box items, and then this one, then the pictorial presentation, and for the budget, the Modi government programs last 2 years. Yes, don't exaggerate it, because hardly 5-7 questions come from there. I'm telling you, hardly. Check any year where the questions would be more than 6 or 7. So it's not, don't exaggerate it. Whatever you're preparing, you are preparing well. So go for this pictorial presentation of the survey and the box items.
Okay. So the next question is, sir, how many months current affairs should be covered for prelim 2023?
Last 8 months, maximum 11 months. Last 8 months, maximum. Last 8 months means if May examination, stop it in April. April and last back 8 months, maximum 11 months. It's not more than this. They would not ask the question. You check that. Check the questions. I to personally remember all the questions. So I know that. On that basis, I'm telling you. You have to watch the question, but I have personally remember the questions. Last 8 months, maximum last 11 months. But stop in April. After April, don't go for it.
Okay. So the next question is, sir, could you please suggest some reference books for prelim examination?
See, the books are, I'm not telling, since if you are talking about, so Wiley has not come with this, but yes, I think the students have the lists like Lakshmikant for the polity. Now that economics, there is one Sanju Verma book that you can go for it. If you see that, because I have seen that good facts inside it and good concepts inside it. Apart from this, please, the concepts you have studied, because at present, if you are picking the book, it will not help you. So your concepts preparation you have done. See, again, I'm repeating previous year questions and this mock test questions along with the options. That would be the best reference material, I'm telling you. Yes, that one. So whatever book you have, because some people may have different book, whatever book you have, concepts, previous year questions along with the 4 options, and the mock test question along with the 4 options would be the best reference materials, I'm telling you. Please don't go for any new book. Whatever you're studying, continue with that.
And sir, is there any ebook or e-reference available for the students for the preliminary examination, UPSC CSC prelim examination?
E-books at present, check with the Wiley that it is available, because highly professional authors are writing this. The publication does not compromise with the quality of the teachers. Even I did not have the time, but they told, no, sir, we do not go for, there are several authors, they are ready to write, but they told, no, sir, we will only hire those who are the best in the business. So they always believe in the best. So wherever ebook of the Wiley is available, kindly go for that. You know that some of the books which are in the market, like the geography style book and all, they're outstanding and there's no other. Forget. If you ask me rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all belong to them only. Say available, please go for it. Otherwise, again, previous year question, 4 options, test 4 options. And whatever you're studying best. If ebook of the Wiley is available, it's well and good.
Yes. So there was another question that I answered it. I don't know whether it is right or wrong. I would like to have your opinion. What are the NCERT books that can be read to prepare for UPSC examination? Any specific book to read? Yeah.
Geography 6 to 12. Economics 12th class, macroeconomics, MSCRO, macroeconomics, leave chapter 4. Don't go for it. Leave numericals, leave diagrams. And there is one Indian economic development. So for economics, Indian economic development, macroeconomics, macro, please leave chapter 4. Don't go for it. Numericals, don't go for it. Diagrams, don't go for it. Yes. And NCERT for the geography 6 to 12, the history, you know that 11, 12, you are going for it. And similarly for the polity and even science tech, see that general science, they ask, don't go for this bio book entirely for the 11, 12. Yes, even the physics and chemistry, any standard material you are taking, that science portion would be tackled. So that one for technology, Hindu, the science and the technology portion is coming. That is very good. If you have the collection of it, good. Otherwise, they have one book of the technology. That is quite sufficient.
Okay. So the last question of this webinar is, sir, do you have any social media channel where the students can connect with you and seek your guidance?
No, I do not have, but I will tell the Wiley people to create it. And if any query, that I'm ready to assist you. Don't worry.
Right.
So if they get with my number, and especially for the Wiley, then please, I'm Vinodji, I'm telling you that you, my number you have, that you create that. Yes. And if someone, you give your number, if someone willing to do that, they will add them, and any query related to any examination, I'm ready to assist them every time.
Right. So thank you. You have answered all the questions, and thank you very much for your time, and thank you very much for the guidance. I have been talking to you various times, and I got a lot of understanding about economics and UPSC CSC in general. And I know various students of yours who are very fond of your teaching style, and I'm sure your book will be a very helpful tool for the students. So we are also not as a publisher, but also as a student, we are also hoping to get your book, see your book very soon, so that we can get your guidance in the form of a book. And thank you very much for your time, sir.
Vinodji, I want to include that actually I have tried to include as many as topics and the clarity in the books while considering myself as a student, because I had the science background when I went to the Delhi School of Economics and all science background, when I thought that how could I study the economics? What are the things? These entire things I have included. I have even at the end of this, I have given the previous year question and practice question also I have given for the PT and for the mains also. And also I will be available on the YouTube and all with the clarity of some of the doubts on the weekly basis for that book. So these I have tried to make it the best, although I myself told that there is every time scope for the further progress and further addition into it, and that is welcome. But I have more than 20,000 students in my institute, and I have included even their queries also inside the book to make it more fruitful and to have more student friendly book.
Right. Sir, I missed one question from the chat box. And the question is, which section should be given more priority in history? Whether whether it is ancient history, medieval history, or modern history?
Modern would be the more. Yes, obviously the modern would be the more. Yes, modern, then medieval, then ancient.
All right.
Yes.
So thank you very much for your time, sir. Thank you again.
Thank you
And
thanks. I hope that students, from the bottom of my heart, I'm just really, really very thankful to all of you that you have given your time. And I'm really very happy with all of you that if my guidance would solve even some of your questions, I will be very pleased. And thanks to the Wiley for giving me this. Again, I say that I was a little bit late because surrounded by the students, they were asking the questions and I was replying that. So I just came. So thanks to all of you.
Perfectly fine.